Imagine you and your friends trying something you were never meant to do, a spirit summoning ritual. At first it was just for fun, but what answered the call was not just a spirit, it was something beyond their control. That night they only wanted to play a game, but within minutes it turned into their worst nightmare. This is a true story about a group of teenagers who performed a forbidden ritual. They thought they could toy with the otherworldly until they realized there was no way back. This incident happened in 2017 in a small town in Indonesia. A group of 5 teenagers, let's call them Danny, Sinta, Raka, Mira, and Bayu, decided to try a ritual to summon spirits. They didn't really believe in the supernatural. They just wanted to test their courage. That night, they gathered in an abandoned house owned by Danny's family. The house had been empty for years, with rumors of tragic events that once occurred there. But to them, that only made the experience more thrilling. They found a ritual online, a spirit summoning using a mirror and candles. The instructions were simple. 1. Turn off all the lights and light a candle in front of a mirror. 2. Recite the summoning chant 3 times. 3. Wait for a sign of the spirit's presence. It didn't seem too difficult, right? As the night grew darker, exactly at midnight, they sat in a circle in front of a large, dusty mirror. 5 candles flickered, their flames trembling as if moved by an unseen force, despite the closed windows. Sinta started whispering the chant. At first, nothing happened. Only the eerie silence made them uneasy. But after the 3rd chant, something changed. The mirror slowly fogged up, as if someone was breathing from inside it. Bayu, sitting closest to the mirror, suddenly felt a chilling sensation creeping up his back like something was standing behind him. Did anyone see something? Danny asked in a hushed tone. No one answered, but suddenly, the candle next to Mira extinguished by itself. They exchanged nervous glances, realizing something was off. Then, it happened. Suddenly, the reflection in the mirror changed. Their own images gradually faded, replaced by something that shouldn't be there. A dark figure emerged. It had no face, just glowing red eyes staring at them with an empty gaze. Mira screamed and stumbled backward, nearly knocking over a candle. "We need to stop this," she cried, panicked. But it was too late. From the mirror, a whisper echoed, soft but clear. "You called me." Then the whisper turned into a deep, menacing laugh that filled the entire room. It was not a human laugh. Bayu quickly blew out his candle, hoping it would end the ritual. But instead of vanishing, the laughter grew louder. Suddenly the door slammed shut on its own. An icy wind blew, extinguishing the remaining candles at once. Now they could only see the dim silhouette in the mirror, and it was getting closer. Raka, the most skeptical one among them, tried to remain calm. "This must be our imagination. We need to get out of here," he insisted. But as they tried to stand, they all felt the same sensation. Something heavy was holding their legs down. Sinta began to cry. "I don't want this anymore." Then, without warning, Danny collapsed to the floor, clutching his ears. "Stop! Stop whispering in my ears!" he screamed. But no one was speaking to him. Panic set in. Raka tried to pull Danny up, but his body felt ice cold. That's when they saw something that made their blood run cold. In the mirror, they could still see themselves. But there was an extra figure, standing in the middle of them, smiling, with burning red eyes. In their desperation, Bayu grabbed Sinta and Mira's hands, trying to open the door. But it wouldn't budge, as if something invisible was holding it shut. Meanwhile, Danny was still on the floor, gasping for air. Then suddenly the voice from the mirror spoke again, this time clearer. "You want to leave? But I'm not done playing." At that moment, the candles, which had been extinguished, reignited on their own. And within the flames, they saw a face. An unfamiliar face grinning at them menacingly. In a last desperate move, Raka shouted, "We have to close the ritual. Now!" They hurriedly recited prayers, hoping to banish the entity. The laughter in the room weakened, the mirror fogged up again, and then, silence. They finally managed to escape the house, but it wasn't over. After that night, Danny started talking to himself in his room. He claimed he could still hear whispers. Cinta suffered from recurring nightmares, dreams where she stood in front of a mirror, but the reflection wasn't hers. And the most terrifying part? Bayu discovered something on his phone the next morning. An audio recording. When they played it, they heard someone laughing, followed by a chilling whisper, "I will come back." They never returned to that house, and from that day forward, they never spoke about that ritual again. But one thing was certain. They had opened a door, and they didn't know if it had ever truly closed. Sometimes, we think these things are just games. But what if they're not? Many people have tried similar rituals. Some manage to close them and move on, but others never truly escape from the horror they summoned. So, before you ever think about attempting something like this, ask yourself, are you really prepared for the consequences? Because once you open the door, you'll never know what might step through. Like and subscribe for more true horror stories. See you in the next video, if you dare.